the mother of the 7th Imam, the mother of the 8th Imam. You look at the mother of the 9th, 10th, 11th Imam, as well as possibly, according to some ulama, the 12th Imam, they were all from North Africa, from the regions of Sudan, southern Egypt, Morocco, that kind of region. Yes? All of the latter Imams, except possibly the 12th Holy Imam, as it's been suggested that, of course, his Holy Mother was perhaps a Roman princess, although there is also an opinion that is substantial that she was from North Africa, not from the common story that we are told. Well, there are discussions regarding this. This holy lady, Najma Khatun Tuktam, was from an area known as An-Nawba. Nawba was from where? It's modern day Sudan. Yes. But she was raised with the Arabs, so she was able to speak the Arabic language. She was able to learn the Arab customs. But her origins were from North Africa, yes? And some say she had roots to Persia as well. Now, because of this, there are narrations that have come forward to seemingly suggest that the 8th Holy Imam was of dark complexion. Shadidu Samra. Yes? 9th Holy Imam, Shadidu Samra. 10th Holy Imam, Shadidu Samra. Meaning what? Very dark. There are those I have seen online have come forward and have sought to indeed use this to spread fitna. How? They came forward and tried to say that, you know what, this individual is black, this individual isn't black, this individual is dark, this individual isn't dark, and trying to go down the color to try and differentiate or make somebody less superior or more inferior, so to speak. Yes. Our riwayat do not look at this in such a manner. Although there are some that are dubious, I tell you. The story regarding John, the slave of the Holy Third Imam, Sayyid al-Shuhada, Abdullah al-Hussein, salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. The story, yes, there are some aspects which are inspirational. Many of us use it to highlight how the 10th of Muharram is a beacon, is an exemplar for people to talk about racial equality, isn't it? But there are parts of what he says which are questionable. He comes forward apparently, and it is found in our Maqtal books. Not everything in Maqtal is acceptable. He comes forward and says what? He says to Imam Al-Hussein alayhi salam in his last moments, or some say before he went to the battlefield, he says, Inna lawni la aswad wa inna rihi la natin. My blood is black, my smell is what? Full of stench. This, unfortunately, is likely to have been fabricated. Why? Because as we see and as we study what many narrations, historical records throughout the lives of the Imams, even for pre-7th century Arabia, what we find is, of course, there was a widespread racial prejudice. And this was somehow included in this, what we call a systemic bias or systemic racism, amongst those who would write, amongst those who would document, amongst those who would indeed validate certain things. It was something in their mind that a black individual is what? Inferior, secondary. So they would make these comments or these observations to try and put down certain individuals. When it comes to the 8th Holy Imam, we have narrations that says, كان أشبه الناس بجده رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. And there are other narrations that says that he was أبيض اللون, he was white. It doesn't matter. So people say, okay, but we need an answer. What does it matter? Whether he was white, whether he was dark, whether he was gray, whether he was any other color. It does not change anything about the superiority and the brilliance and the excellence and the role model and the exemplary nature of the 8th Holy Imam. Yes? In the recognition that some people seek to utilize it for racial prejudices and biases. And that's something we need to somehow try to alert and highlight of great importance. And some ulama, Ayatollah Ansariyan, in his discussion, he comes forward and says that these riwayat, which are many, talk about the Imam alayhi salam being shadid samra, meaning dark in complexion, they point to relative darkness, because he was seen amongst those who were what? Lighter than him. Therefore, they would write that he was what? Darker. So it's what? Relative compared to others, irrespective. That is one interesting opinion that indeed has been presented regarding this issue.